Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Clint. I'm one of the personal trainers here at the JCA, and this is my Sit and Get Fit balance class. I'm just going to use a few items, a chair for safety, basically to hold on to, a mat, preferably the cushiony kind, and a light object. If you don't have a light object handy, you could always use your hand or your fist. It's just to keep your eyes visually on target. So we're going to do a very short warm-up, but it's going to be a balance related warm-up since this is a balance class. So if you need this, hold on to it. If not, what I want you to do, hands close together. When I raise this knee up, I'm going to raise that same hand up as well. As high as I feel comfortable, down, same side. So right hand, right knee, left side up. Nice, slow, controlled motion. Now obviously if you have to hold on to the chair, you can still do the one hand up and the opposite knee and then do it this way. We're almost done. Alright, good. One more exercise, warm up for the hips. Just getting some blood flowing a little bit. So this is my left leg. I'm going to go across my body, up, out, and away. Make a big circle. So once again, because I'm standing on one leg, it does require balance. Of course, you could use this as much or as little as you need to. It's going to be better for you if you use it as little as possible to try to force your body to acclimate and improve your balance. And switch. So once again, across the body, up, out, and away. And try not to kick the chair like I just did. Up, out, high. Now if you need to touch the ground each time, that's fine. Just try not to, because the harder, once again, the harder you make it on yourself, the better it will be for your body. And relax. All right, good so far? Hope so. All right, on this first one, we're gonna do a leg raise to the front. So, as with all the other exercises, the leg that's closest to the chair, that's the one I'm standing on. Very slight bend in the knee. You don't want to overdo it, and definitely don't walk out the knee. So with this leg, my right leg, I'm going to raise up as high as I feel comfortable without swinging. Back down, but don't touch. And like I always say, if you need to touch for safety's sake or you're starting to lose your composure, then put it down for a second. But these muscles all have to work harder because it's not being able to relax because I'm not touching the floor. So you kind of get more bang for your buck. Get in a workout and balance at the same time. Sounds like a win-win to me. Alright, now we'll switch sides. You don't actually have to move your chair. I'm just doing so for the video. And so you guys get a better view here. Up and down. Once again, try not to use momentum. Just go up as high as you feel comfortable and back down. Working those quad muscles, working the abs. And one more. Alright, we'll switch back to the other leg. This time I'm going to go back. Try to resist the temptation to do a curl. We're not going to do that. And also, it doesn't really matter how high you go, just try not to swing because that creates momentum. Momentum can increase the risk of injury. So I am going to compensate just a little bit going forward to take pressure off the back, but I'm not going to overdo it because it's not a speed thing. Because once again, speed creates momentum. Momentum's not good. I'm just lightly touching the top of the chair rest here. This one is working the lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. But once again, on one leg, improving balance. And switch. Same thing on this side. Never want to be lopsided, so we got two legs, we got to do both sides. Now, because my leg weighs something, you want to exhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in. Any of these exercises, the part where you're fighting gravity, that's when you exhale. Breathe in when gravity is giving you an assist. And one more. and relax. Good. Shake those leg muscles out if you need to. This next one, we're going to do 2 different squat varieties. Unless you have really, really bad knees already, squats will be fine for you because I'm going to show you the correct way to do them. You want your feet wider than shoulder width apart. In this case, that works great because it's wider than the chair legs. I'm going to keep my chin up and back straight. Now I'm going to lean forward, but my back is straight still. So don't get hunched over and upright. Those are 2 different things. So my butt's got to go back, my chin forward. I'm just going to tap the chair with my bottom and up. So if you can't go down that far, that's fine. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Just don't go straight down and kerplunk in the chair, or go down, which I'm not going to do, and miss the chair completely. So that's when people bend their knees forward and tuck their hips and butt forward. Don't do that. All right, so butt back, face and chin forward. Just a gentle tap, keeping these leg muscles engaged. Because for some, this may not seem like a balance exercise, but it helps. Squats are a good one for coordination, and muscles that are coordinated balance better. Because they have to activate and relax, or fire and relax in a certain tempo, in a certain rhythm, for that fluidity of motion, so we don't trip and stumble or fall. And relax. Good. All right. So the next one's going to look very similar. However, this time I'm going to go down, actually sit, which will disengage. It will relax all my lower half muscles. Then I have to re-engage. But my form's going to be the same. However, when you sit, the temptation is going to be to go back, which is fine. But then you have to lean forward, re-engage, and up. So once again, don't think about yourself lifting up. Think about yourself pressing down against the floor. So what I'm doing is going down, sitting. I can relax those muscles. If you're not sure if they're relaxed, just do that. That means your legs are not pushing down against the floor. Now lean forward, press down against the floor, and I lift my body. Relax, re-engage, and up. Once again, nice controlled motion. Now this is a good one to do with this. You don't want to do it on a sofa where the seat's too cushiony and you have to really use your arms and stuff. It's tough. So just try to use a chair if you can, and have one handy. Up and down. We have two more. Up, exhale, breathe in on the way down. X, and breathe in. One more. Press against the floor. Nice. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. So, you have your lightweight object available. I'm using this air-filled ball, so it's very lightweight. Now, you can use your fist if you want to, but our eyes like to gravitate towards something, so I'm going to use this. Now, if you have a bad rotator cuff or bursitis or something wrong with your shoulder, don't raise your arm up all the way. Only come up, keep the elbow there, and here, or whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't want to feel pain when doing this. And if this one's too tough, just spread your feet further apart. That's going to make it easier. But for everyone else, you want to keep your feet close. I'm going to take this ball, eyes are on the target, go down as far as you feel comfortable, come up, slow and controlled. You want to keep the eyes on the target because vision has a good deal to do with balance. And this is much more difficult. Although it might be easy for some, it's harder to focus on this than to just move my arm and body in this range of motion without the focus. And you go down just as far as you feel comfortable, slowly up. All right, try one more on this side. All right, good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Down, once again, staying close as far down as you feel comfortable, and up. Try a couple more. how's that? Hopefully pretty good. All right, on this next exercise, what I want you to do, we won't need the chair for this one, but if your balance is pretty shaky, you have to be the best judge of that. You might want to use the back of your couch or sofa because it's usually pretty long. We're going to do heel to toe, okay? So we're going to walk there and back. That counts as one. We're going to do 3 times total. Each time, make it a little bit tougher. So the first way we do this, if it's tough enough, do the other 2 sets at this same level. Otherwise, try to do the progressively tougher challenge here. All right, so what I'm going to do, keep my chin up, back straight, looking straight ahead, slowly going heel to toe. And once again, key is slowly, because if I go too quickly, once again, it's not good for balance. It can help with coordination some, but that's only if you already got a good foundation. All right, now I'm going to turn back and head this way. Once again, chin up, back straight, heel to toe. Or as close as you can get to heel to toe if your legs don't allow you or some other issue. All right, so once again, depending on how difficult that was for you, if it was, stick with this one. If you could do more challenging, well, more challenging is coming up now. So on this one, what I'm going to do, still the heel to toe, only I'm going to look to the right and left and back again and repeat that motion as I walk. So slowly look to the right and now to the left. Back to the right. Try not to swing my head too fast. I definitely don't want to strain my neck muscles trying to improve my balance. All right, now heading back. Once again, controlled fashion, not too fast, not too slow. Almost there. All right, good. With me so far? All right. So the next one is going to be a little bit tougher. Once again, like I said, based on how you did the last one, you could be the judge if you want to move on or stick with that level that you're just at. So this one, we're going to look up and then look down. So once again, posture is good. You still want to keep your back straight. You don't want to do this to look down. Just use your neck to look down and back up. So I'm looking up, then down. Just once again, just using my neck muscles, not making my whole torso bend forward. This was kind of hard to talk and do at the same time. Gotta be focused. All right. So, one more time back, same technique. Almost there. All right, congrats. Hope you did well. On this next one, we will need our chair again. All right, so we've already done leg lift to the front, leg lift to the rear. Now it's lateral or to the side. So once again, this leg that's closest to is slightly bent. I don't want to swing, but I'm going to lean a little bit in the opposite direction as I raise this leg. Nice, slow, controlled motion. Once again, unless I need to, I'm not going to touch the floor with the leg that's moving, unless it's necessary. And switch. All right. We'll do the same thing on this side. And if you're not sure what cadence or speed to do, you could kind of do a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because in general, that's a good tempo for these type of exercises. Last 2. All right, good. To give our leg muscles a break, we're going to grab our mat. All right. Now, if you don't have a mat handy, hopefully you have a padded floor, or you could put a pillow that you don't mind kneeling on under your knees. Because on this one here, what I want you to do is we're going to turn this into even more of a balance exercise. So you're going to be on your hands and knees. Now, so you can see my arm that's closest to the camera, that's the one I'm going to raise. I'm going to raise my other leg. So this is my right hand, and my left leg is going to go up. So I still keep my head up, or you can keep the head down. Just don't arch your back or let your stomach sag in. You want to just keep it back straight. Lift up as high as you feel comfortable. Now, to make it even more of a balance, as you come down, don't touch the floor with the foot or your hand, and back up. And we'll repeat that motion. So once again, exhale on the way up, breathe in on the way down. Exhale and breathe in. Same tempo could apply to this one. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, down. Just a couple more. All right, good. Now you don't have to switch, but I'm going to switch to the other side so you can see. So now I'm lifting my left hand and my right leg, or right foot. Just do the best you feel comfortable. It's more about the tempo and the angle, so you don't want to go too quickly. Last 2. All right, good. Now, once again, if you have a mat like this that's soft and kind of squishy, you could use this or a pillow. I don't recommend, unless you don't care, to step on the pillow with your shoes on, but I'll leave that up to you. So, once again, the leg that's closest to the chair, I'm going to stand on my soft pad this way. Now I'm going to bring my knee, the other knee, up to neutral. Now I'm not going to go straight down because it'll hit the pad here. So I'm going to go out to the side, which changes my center of gravity. So nice and controlled motion up to neutral. Slow down again to the side, and repeat that motion. Once again, my handy safety chair is there for me if I need it. Once again, going down is easy. You have to fight gravity going up, so that's when I exhale, breathe in on the way down. Exhale, breathe in. Now these leg muscles are starting to burn because it's carrying 100% of my weight, and I'm on an unstable surface, and it's, working hard, so that's good. And one more, and breathe out. Good. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, as you see, I'm doing only one set per side, but if you want to get more, just hit pause at a later time when you're watching this, and you could do 2 or 3 sets of each. A lot of the exercises are good ones, but if something is too difficult, then you could do something a little less challenging but still beneficial to you and just do more sets of those. All right, so once again, exhale as you lift, breathe in all the way down. I just do 1 set of each to try to get the most variety of exercises in one pretty cramped time slot, so you have more to choose from, kind of like bad tricks in your low back. Exhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in. We'll try a couple more. All right, very good. So we can move our mat to the side. All right, I'm going to need my chair for this one. Hopefully not too much, but it is a more challenging exercise. So what I want to do, as always, leg closest, slightly bent, light touch on the chair. Once again, we're going to bring our knee up to neutral. Now this one, I'm going to go in 3 different directions. I'm going to front, side, and back. You could go in whatever order you want to. Doesn't really matter, but try to hit all 3 directions. And don't think of your leg as kicking, think of it as extending in that direction. So my knee is up and I'm not kicking, I'm just extending my leg out, bring it back to neutral. Extend out to the side, to neutral, to the rear, and back to neutral. Now if you notice, I'm leaning a lot more in the opposite direction of my leg. That's to protect my back. Our backs work quite a bit throughout the day as a stabilizer, so you don't want to overdo it, but everybody's leg weighs something, so I'm using my upper body to counter the weight of my leg. So you definitely want to work your lower back, you just don't want to overdo it. Extend, neutral, to the side, neutral, back. We have one more on this side, front, side, and back. Back to neutral and down. Good. All right, same thing on the other side. All right, so knee up, front, side, and back. Front, side, and back. All right, we've got 2 more. And down. Very good. All right. So on this next one, I don't know about you, but I will definitely have to use a chair. This is much more difficult. I call it a tabletop because I envision an imaginary tabletop. I normally don't put my foot on the furniture, but since it's imaginary, it's okay. You want to put your foot going a 180, trying to keep it as high as possible. I just envision a tabletop to try to force myself not to let the leg drop, because as it starts to feel heavier, yeah, it's going to be tougher and tougher to not let it drop. So I bring my leg up. I try to go in a complete 180. Once again, leaning in the opposite direction my leg is going, not going too quickly, and really fighting the urge to let that leg drop. But my center of gravity is all over the place on this one, so it's really difficult to do without holding onto the chair, yet it still requires balance even though I'm holding onto the chair. Because I'm not white knuckling it, I'm just barely touching it, which really makes my stabilizers have to work extra hard to stabilize through a kind of funky range of motion. And down. All right, we'll try the same thing on the other side. All right, so once again, if you could go higher than me, that's great. If not, that's great too. Just do what you feel comfortable with. Leg up on our imaginary table and go. Once again, especially on this one, I shouldn't say especially because it's important for all the exercises. You really want to keep the leg you're standing on slightly bent, because not only does that help with balance, it really protects the integrity and the health of the knee. Last 2. That was 1, got 1 more. All the way back, all the way forward to finish, and down. Good. All right, now what we're gonna do is start with kind of what's called a curtsy squat, and then move into a skater jump. You don't actually have to jump if you don't want to, but you certainly can if you do. But it's a progressive going from easier to more difficult. So if I use my chair, this is my left leg. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'm only gonna do this side first, is go back. So what I'm doing, I'm going that way and that way with this leg as far as I feel comfortable. So to do that, I still want to maintain a straight back. I am going to be leaning forward while keeping my back straight. And then my right leg is going to bend as far as I feel comfortable to allow me the most range of motion possible. So it's back, I am touching, up. I'll just stick to this side first. Down and up. So once again, these leg muscles really have to work to stabilize. Just a couple more on this side. All right, so if I leave my chair here, it should still work. I'm gonna go back, touch, and up. The touch just gives me another point of contact to kind of recalibrate, gain composure, so I can continue the motion. Alright, now the next one you could still do with the chair, especially if that was challenging. You're going to go back, not touch, and up. So those that need the chair, continue. Otherwise, try not to use the chair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to alternate this time. So with the back leg each time, I'm going to go back, not touch, back to neutral, back, and don't touch. So obviously I'm touching with the foot that's on the ground, but it's that other foot that's not touching. And of course it makes it a little easier if I do that, which is why I'm not doing that. I don't want it easy because I want to improve. If it is easy, that means my body's already good at doing that. Oh. See, you could try talking or chewing gum at the same time to increase the difficulty level. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a jump to it to make it once again, next level higher. So I jump, land with my left foot, right foot's going to go back, and on this one I am going to touch. Touch, jump, touch. So if you don't feel like jumping, you could just do a much wider step, shift your weight, transfer, and do it. Wide step, shift your weight, try not to use momentum again. So you know shifting your weight could be as easy as this. So I shift my weight, then I pick this foot up and transfer. Do it that way if the jumping doesn't work for you. Yep, just a couple more. Alright, so you could probably guess the next one is going to be even tougher. That's where we jump, or you take your wide stance and don't touch with that back leg. So if you notice when you jump and land, if you're one of the ones that's going to jump, you might have to pause briefly to compose yourself before you take off to the other side. So I jump, make sure I don't lose my stuff here, jump, then jump. Because you want to make sure you have composure before you jump again. Otherwise you can be all over the place. And you want to make sure there's no cats or dogs walking around when you're doing this. That definitely raises the degree of difficulty. A couple more. And jump, one more to the side. Alright, good job everybody. So hopefully you enjoyed the class. Hopefully it was helpful. If you see me at the JCA and you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll do my best to answer those questions. And once again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you the next time. Have a great day.